Good afternoon, Sagittarius, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. What I like to do is to just go on and give you your romantic specific reading, and this reading is valid until the end of this month, okay? And so I've already shuffled the cards and also included a few additional oracle cards to just give you guys some more additional information that might not be readily apparent, in the reading. So, guys, in life, we have to make hard choices, or sometimes we do have to make hard choices, particularly when we're faced with, a conflict type riddled relationship. So, I decided to choose this spread. It's a next step spread to kind of better facilitate decision making and to kind of show you what to do really as your next step. Okay? And as always, Sagittarius, if you've yet to subscribe to this channel, please take a few moments to do so now. If this reading resonates as we go through it, please go on and like and share and give me a big thumbs up. Okay? So let's go on and get started, and we'll start with the card here that kind of... Actually, I'm going to just start off and just take a quick scan of this spread and just, make a few general observations, okay, before we really get deeply into it. Okay? Just looking at the predominance of cards that you have there or suit, you have a predominance of major arcana cards there. So that shows that, destiny is really a major factor here. And you might want to just take your hand off it because you can't really control situations. So the issues that you're feeling, they're very, I feel that they're very major, okay? I'm also getting a sense that one of you appears to be a bit more infatuated with the other, which it seems like it does not really constitute a stable type of relationship. It seems that one of you may, in fact, have a frivolous crush, I'm feeling, about the other, okay? I'm also seeing a lack of passion, a lack of drive, direction, chemistry, here in your reading as well, okay? And it seems that there's a lack of leadership or control. And I'm getting the sense that there's a lot of, a lack of boundaries, or I see a lot of boredom, loneliness, and even communication problems. I'm feeling that one of you seems to be a bit power driven or barren. I'm also picking up something that's connected with local government or the federal law too, that I'm kind of seeing here with just looking at your combinations there. Okay, so let's go on and get started and dive right on into your reading here. And we're going to first start off with, the card there that we see here that fell to the bottom of the deck here. We have that Knight of Cups, okay? So that certainly represents a water sign. So it could be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. This card represents a paramour, even a con man. It also represents seduction and a proposal, even a seducer, or some type of even a social invitation to a party, or even, in fact, a new relationship. And it looks like you guys might receive an offer of some sort that it's going to be very hard for you to resist, I'm feeling, and I'm feeling that the person who extends the offer appears to be quite charming, I'm getting the sense that if this person is in fact a new person that's entering your life, I'm feeling that gods don't bank on this relationship because this union won't last long, with that Knight card there, because I feel that this Knight is more of a Casanova or a Jezebel type, okay? And if you are presently in an existing relationship, this shows that perhaps or had problems in a relationship. This shows a strong potential for reconciliation, okay? But I feel that this person tends to avoid conflicts at all costs and kind of sugarcoats a lot, This is a duplicitous relationship I'm feeling, and I feel that it might I'm feeling the person might even dabble a bit in drugs or alcohol too, that I'm getting, and they may work perhaps in a communication type related field, or even work in education, or does some type of advertising or PR work, or might even potentially be a counselor or trainer, or does something with religion, okay? Let's move right along and get right on into your reading here and just start with your current situation. We have that Emperor there, and that represents an era. So this card is all about structure, power, and ambition. So this is kind of telling me is that although there might have been, I'm feeling, a bit of domination in your relationship, and someone may have even cheated on you. You know, it feels, I'm getting here that you really have, or you will come to, or have come to a level of acceptance about this experience, you know. However, I feel that you want more commitment, you know. And both of you, I feel that with this card, you are both kind of really thinking a lot about each other. And I feel that this card seems to be a good signal that you're going to reconnect, I'm feeling, in some way, and perhaps discuss your future that I'm kind of getting here. Okay, and I'm feeling that, you know, this person appears to be a person of power, you know, maybe a business type person, or even for some of you, the person to me appears to be a bit older too with this card. Okay, so let's move right along, because of course, you know, in life there are things as it relates to relationship, that things are not, some things are just not important. So what we're going to do now, we're going to move on to this next card here, Justice, to determine really what's not important. You know, this card is an energy. If you focus on this energy, it would be a complete waste of time. Okay, so with looking at what isn't important, that Justice card here, of course, that represents a Libra, and this card is all about harmony, judgment, and balance. So now is not the time, I'm feeling, to be reasonable with this person, or even to kind of be fair, or to in fact apologize for that matter that I'm getting here. It would just be a simple waste of time that I'm kind of getting. So now let's turn our attention to what's important, you know, what you need to really place your focus on here. Okay, we have that Four of Pentacles here. Okay, and this card represents an earth sign. The sun is in Capricorn, but of course Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. Okay, so this card represents a bit of repression. It represents selfishness, you know. So now it is definitely, I'm feeling, important for you not to kind of surrender your will, ladies and gentlemen, to this person. It's important now, rather, that you focus on your needs, you know, even if it means being a bit selfish for a little while. This card is kind of asking you to be a bit overcautious and kind of watch your resources, you know, really with this person. Okay? So now let's go on and just move on and see exactly, you know, where your next step will in fact lead you. Okay? You have that Hermit there, and that represents Virgo. So this card is all about withdrawal, you know, solitude, you know, acceptance, ladies and gentlemen, as well as inclusion. So this card kind of shows that you'll in fact gain clarity in this situation that you're experiencing, but I still feel that someone from whom you've been estranged is going to be returning, and I feel that one of you appears to be very lonely and might also decide to take, you know, even with this card, time away from this union and then kind of reconnect later. Some of you may make that decision as well. But in any event, I feel that you're going to be satisfied because you've remained true to yourself. Okay? And let's look at these additional oracle cards that I decided to use here. Okay? You have patience here as a Virgo, a virtue. So this card is kind of asking you to not rush into matters, you know? Sit back and just ask the spirit, you know, what your next step should be. But this card is kind of asking you to kind of slow down, you know, and just enjoy your journey along the way, you know, and just don't be in a rush, and just let your path unfold in its natural course. As well as, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps to just forgive yourself for these experiences that you may have had. You know, perhaps some of you may be harboring some guilt. Or perhaps you may be even looking back at situations that, you know, that perhaps you may have had some input in. And you just have to forgive yourself, you know, and just to let these negative energies to go, you know. Or in fact, if you have in fact caused pain to your lover in some way, both of you need to forgive yourself, okay? And I think that you could get to that place of forgiveness once you sit back and take some time out, like the Hermit card has asked you to do, to withdraw from the situation, to rest and reconsider and try to figure out what would be uh, your best path forward. Okay? And last but not least, we have that hourglass here. And as you know, with this symbolism here, the hourglasses tend to kind of represent that time is kind of running out. Perhaps I'm kind of feeling that, that time is really a priority here, and perhaps you've been putting off something to handle something in connection with your relationship, and you need to go in and just do what needs to be done before you can move forward in good conscience. Okay, so Sagittarius, this is what I have for you. If you have any questions about this reading or any other videos that I place up here, you can certainly contact me at yzo.com, and all of that information will be provided in the description box. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can also send me your comments. And again, if this reading resonated, go on and give it a big thumbs up. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please take a few moments to do so now. Do enjoy your day. Thanks a lot.